What is this old appliance found in the roof space of a 1950s home? I moved into a new house and found this thing in the roof space. The house was built in the 1950s, and this thing could definitely be from that era because of the age of the electrical plug. The many clips either say Castlereagh or the letter G on them, and they can be removed. I have searched Castlereagh and had no luck. I plugged it in and the crossbars heated up, so I was thinking a school towel warmer. Does anyone have a clue what this could be? It's a 1930s electric perming machine, an electric hair curling system with heated rods holding curling tongs. The rods were heated to a high temperature via an electric supply, which in turn heated the clamps. A chemical was applied to the hair, then curled around a metal rod and clamped into place. The weight must have been unbelievable and potentially caused traction and hair loss at the root. The metal would also have been very hot, so possibly burn the scalp. What is this small copper container I found antiquing? Around 4 inches in diameter, with a small container in the middle and a flip top only an inch in diameter. I'm unsure if I can open the bottom portion or what it does. I was told it's a diffuser, but I'm not sure how to use it. Both sticks screw in, but the bottom one doesn't twist, and I don't want to try too hard if I shouldn't be moving it. Any ideas? It's an antique chafing dish burner. It would be filled with alcohol and lit to keep the dish warm. Flip the lid closed when you want to extinguish the flame. What is this disc on a cord that was given to me? I believe it's made of brass, but other than that, I have no idea. So far, I have asked the person who gave it to me what they know about it, and they do not know anything about where it came from or what it is. I have also Googled the text on it, tally April 1898, and the number 354 on the other side, but I couldn't find any information. Any help would be much appreciated. It's a miner's tally. Used to know who was working in a mine. One goes on the board before you go down, and the other is tied to your hard hat. If there is a fire, the remains can be identified. I wonder if it was stamped with the date in commemoration. There was a pit disaster at Wheatic in Leicestershire in April 1898, which claimed the lives of 35 miners and boys. The disaster was caused by a gob fire that spread through the underground working of the upper main seam at Wheatic No. 5 pit. The victims were killed by carbon monoxide poisoning. Today, laughing children dance around the old pit wheel, while under their dancing feet lay buried a generation, lost for the price of coal. What is this clip on both sides of the kitchen door of an old house built around 1913? These are on either side of the kitchen door of our house, and there is no screen on the door. I did some reverse image searches with no luck. It is a Dutch door if that makes a difference. Any idea what it could be for? It's a style of curtain rod holder. We had a house built in the 1920s, and these were on the doors with the rods still attached. The rods will have caps that have holes that slide onto those pegs. Usually rolled metal tube, painted white, with a brass finial on each end. My grandma liked to change the modesty curtains for the seasons, and these made it easy. What is this glass and metal case that opens via the latch at the top? I found it for $50 at a thrift store in the US, but the maker's mark says made in France. What is this and what can it be used for? It's a cigarette case. They were popular in the 1920s through the 1950s. At the time, cigarettes didn't have filters and were shorter. Filters weren't common until the 1950s, and cigarettes were about 70 millimeters or 2.7 inches long before filters and king size were introduced. You can still get short cigarettes with filter, but the king size is the standard these days. What is this long spoon with holes in the scooper? I bought this at an auction with other things, and nothing else in the bundle is similar to this. There is an ankh shape on the handle towards the scooper, and it looks to be brass or something like that. It's about 2 pounds in weight and about 18 inches long. Any ideas? It's a chestnut roaster. made in England in the 1950s. It was used to toast chestnuts around the fire, or as vintage decor by the fireside or in the kitchen. It was also used for turning donuts, skimming, or straining. What is this piece of furniture used for? I found it in an estate sale, and I have no idea what it is originally used for. It looks very old, probably 100 plus years old. Any help or insight is much appreciated. It's an antique book trough stand, an English walnut and boxwood lounge bookcase dating to the Edwardian period, circa 1910. The bottom is rounded for maps, charts, unbound and tied manuscripts, or maybe a later mood to accommodate toys for kittens. What is this metal hatch with two lids built into the ground behind my friend's house? It has E.B. Jones written on the secondary lid, and maybe some kind of identification number on the smaller main lid. Any help figuring out exactly what this is very much appreciated. It's an old garbage can. Its technical name is a subterranean receiver, and very common in New England in the early to mid-20th century. If you step on it, it pops open, revealing a big metal bin inside a concrete lining. The garbage men came through twice a week, and it was grueling work, pulling heavy garbage-filled metal bins up from the ground, lugging them from the backyard to the garbage truck at the curbside, emptying it, and then returning it at house after house. Storing the garbage underground kept it a little cooler, and that heavy metal lid kept rats from getting into it. The real game changer for garbage came in the 1960s, with the advent of the plastic trash bag. What is this tool found in an antique store in the tool section in a rural Alberta, Canada area? The tag says mystery tool. The handle can fit hands, the materials are wood and metal, and there is no writing on the item. I can't seem to move or slide any of the parts, and it does not seem to twist or adjust in any manner. I posted it on Facebook in a place where other semi-rural, rural, and urban Albertans would see it. Many responses, but no one knows what it is. Any ideas? Please tell us down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.